Hey everyone, Wander here, and welcome to Project PITT. It's a game about shoveling ducks into a hole. This is going to seem pretty similar to, Berry, probably. Except for I think this time you're stuck in some kind of weird corporate liminal space, and your entire task is to, shovel ducks into a hole. But you have, like, physics objects that you can put down and speed everything up using it. It's also got that, like, really nice, crunchy, low-poly 3D look. That I've come to adore. There's been, safety first, feed the future, work harder, not smarter, work harder. Oh, that's eerie. There's been some discussions, at least on my social feeds, about visual design now that Ocarina of Time is getting Ocarina of Time is getting a let's see, manual duck workbench. Craft? Oh, do I have to, like, craft a duck? Alright. Yeah, Ocarina of Time, Ocarina, you know, I actually do not know. Can I, like, throw them? Maybe? Wait, distance. Distance is just how far I can pick things up. Okay. Oh, there's a combo. Doesn't look like we've got a time limit on this one, so it's mostly just a matter of, like, however much I can throw in. Okay, let's see how many upgrades I can get. I'll talk about the Ocarina of Time thing in a little bit. So, throw, crouch. Interesting. Jump, sprint. We'll have to get more. So I need $5, so let's get 3 ducks and go from there, because, yeah, being able to actually throw these things is going to be huge. Anyway, I was going to talk about Ocarina of Time. So, it's getting a remake, as announced yesterday, and it looks like they're going for, like, a full HD look. Still kind of cartoony, you know, well, I mean, I don't know. Link's proportions were definitely childlike, but of course, he is a child. And so that shouldn't surprise anybody. Let's see. Can I turn off some of this stuff, because it's hurting my eyes? Post-processing. Retro effect. Off? Okay, let's give that a shot. Yeah, like this is gonna sound weird. I actually prefer, like, low poly, low fidelity textures, but I don't actually like the pixel crunch filters on a lot of games. Hurts my eyes a little bit. I also did just wake up. Anyway, so I'm not sure how stylized it's going to be. Oh, right, I should go upgrade throwing. Also looks like performance goes up by a fair bit if you turn off the post-processing. Okay, so can we upgrade that? Perfect. So now I can throw. I have no idea how far I can throw. Okay, right mouse button to throw. Oh, that's weak. Oh well. Anyway, we need to make at least, what, 10 of these? I've got 3. We need 7 more. But yeah, so it's getting a remake, and a lot of people are like, did it need a remake? You know, Ocarina of Time's kind of flawless, but also not. You know, it had its rough edges, glitches, design issues, lack of content here and there. You know, mini games that probably could use a better physics pass, and who knows what. But, like, realistically, it's not like the old one is bad, per se. It's just not quite perfect, but does a imperfect but genuinely, you know, great game need to be remade? Does it need to be remastered? Or can you just kind of port the thing and just call it good enough? And so, you know, there was the Ocarina of Time 3D for the 3DS that kept a lot of stuff, but redid at least the character visuals. Oh, this is a little swingy. There we go. I'm sending these ducks to hell. Don't know what a combo meter gets me. Carrying solution authorized. There we go. Okay. So I think I've unlocked a new perk. Maybe? No. Tools. Box. 10 ducks. So I can buy another box. We could get another one, but I don't think we need more than one. Okay. Let's see. Snap mode? Let's see. How do I rotate? Okay, there we go. Might want to do something like this. There we go. Let's see if this ends up in the crate. It does. Perfect. So we're just going to fill the crate with as many ducks as we can possibly get and go from there. I wonder if chucking the box into the hole, do I recoup the box value? I have no idea. I guess I could have actually bought some more stuff there. Oh well, I'll save my money for a bit. So as part of this whole conversation on Ocarina of Time, there's been conversation back and forth about, like, you know, why aren't the old games considered acceptable? Kind of, sort of. Where it's like, okay, can I pick this up safely? I can. There's well... That worked. Combo bonus to 12. Duck optimization available. Oh, this is really good. I'm liking this a lot already. Just upturning a whole box and get a bunch of combo. Alright, let's see what upgrades I can get, and we'll get back to the Ocarina of Time thing. Let's see, products. Crafting speed, crafting value. Ooh, crafting value. So, enhanced rubber quality commands higher market prices. So let's snag both of those. Sprint, jump, crouch, throw. I mean, grab all of them? I have enough money, so why not? Let's see. And so yeah, just kind of going back and forth on whether or not... you know what? I'm gonna pick this up. I'm gonna move it back just a little bit. Because I only have so much space. Let's see. You know, kind of going back and forth on why people can't just play the old games. And on a personal level, I think the real answer is just availability. That all you would need to do is really port the 3DS version, and I think most people would still happily play Ocarina of Time without complaints. Are they bigger? I think they might be bigger. It definitely seems like less of them are fitting in this box now. I'll see how many of them I can stack on the box regardless. Well, it doesn't help if I do that. Okay. Nope. Right. Right click. Right click is throw. Definitely don't want to do that. Alright. Here. I think I'm gonna have to be a lot more careful. I don't think I'm sprinting. I think it's just a... Oh, there goes my box. Unfortunate. Throwing arm improved. Oh, I got my crate back. Well, that's nice of them. Combo metrics detected. Okay, so I've got some more. I made 39 from that. That's good stuff. Combos, time extension, time stability, bonus amplifier. Slide, and a throw upgrade. I don't know how many of these are going to be particularly useful. All things considered, we'll see. Let's see. What was I going to say about the Ocarina of Time thing? I don't know. I think most of the issue is just availability. I know there's the Nintendo Switch Online, but, like, I think if you just re-released the... I think a lot of people are leery of subscription systems nowadays. I think they're kind of icky. And I think a lot of people are kind of in that same boat. It's a nice perk. You know, I'm a PS Plus subscriber, and I've been one for years. Because... I think this is actually the first month where I haven't cared about any of the games that they had on offer. Most of them are like, you know, stuff I may already have. on, you know, on PC. Damn it. So the problem is, I am too powerful for my own good. And so one rubber duck moved thoughtlessly will knock over the whole box. I feel like that's a parable, but the heck does that parable even mean? Grab this. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get more. Okay, just have to make sure. Don't do too much. Now, there is a very goofy world. No, I'm going to need a bigger hole for this. Okay, maximum bounciness. Well, I mean, it worked. Debris management authorized. Okay. Let's see what some of these have to say. Tools. Box broom. Buy the broom? Okay, so how does the broom work? Oh, equip. Okay, that's good stuff. So, while I have the broom equipped, I can't pick anything up. So this is something to keep in mind. Can I interact with the machine at least? Okay, cool. So I think we're just going to make a bunch of ducks and then try and sweep them in at high speeds. But yeah, so it's really difficult for me to try and make this point. Yeah, I think most of the issue with Ocarina of Time and whatnot is largely just availability that, you know, most people don't want to subscribe to Nintendo Switch Online, just have access to Ocarina of Time. That just feels icky, and most people just don't want to deal with a subscription fee, even if it's reasonably affordable. I think it is like $8 a month, though, so, like, that is a little tight. I think most people would rather just buy the damn thing themselves. I should see what's required to increase my crafting speed, because that might actually be helpful. Let's do one more, go from here. But because... oh, it's F. Because game developers like money, and realistically... let's see. Realistically, Ocarina of Time Remade is kind of a surefire bet to make a ton of money from people. It makes sense to remake it, like, I don't begrudge that too much. Toys, bumper. Pinball deflector, products bounce off of it. Chain bounces for bonus value. Time extension, crafting speed. This is the one I was hoping I could get, but alas. And we could get the next level of throw. I still think the broom is the nice thing. At least for now. The bumper might be interesting, but I'm going to need more value. You know, actually, in retrospect, I'm going to push these. What I might want to do is try and line these up better. There we go. Not much of a combo. Doesn't need to be. Let's see. Combos. Combo bonus amplifier. Oh. Let's see. Every millisecond counts. I mean, they're not wrong. So there's music in the background. I just haven't been hearing it. I want to check this. Oh, yeah. Why? This is like the opposite of what I prefer. I'm just hearing faintly in the background some kind of nice music. And I can't hear it. There we go. Oh, that's much better. Alright. Let's see. But, so the conversation, you know, apart from me thinking it's availability, because Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, they started selling on the Nintendo Switch store rather than as part of the subscription and it's sold like hotcakes, because I think people want to be able to buy games. If people could buy games physically in a reasonably available manner, I think they might. Maybe. I don't know. I think this is more for like the really good games. But a lot of the conversation still kind of cycles around the, do people like games that look old and clunky and dated? And a lot of people are making the general assumption that no, nobody likes old school looking visuals like this. Everybody wants nice, new, and modern. I think that's reasonably true for people that play like 1 or 2 video games per year, that kind of there's that perception of value that if you're going for like, you know, the game of the year blockbuster, of course you're probably going to want something that looks incredible. But I think for something like Ocarina of Time, I don't know if it's as much of a requirement. I think you could get away with something a lot cartoonier. Like they could easily just bring back the Wind Waker style. No, I know a lot of people didn't like the Wind Waker style. Maybe Wind Waker style, but with like Twilight Princess proportions. It'd be the easy way I'd put it. Combo 28. Alright, there we go. Actually, a decent amount of money. Do I get anything new or no? Well, I don't. I think I'm going to buy the bumper. I don't know how the bumper is going to work. Try and put it here. Okay. Put it here. Pick this up. Rotate it. Bring it a little further over. Snap mode. Oh, this is probably why you want to do crouching. In retrospect. Okay. What I want to do is line this up in such a way that it reliably bounces things. They're hitting the top of it. That didn't work. And then there's snapping mode. Because I might have to snap this. Alright, let's give this a shot. Because the main question is, does every duck that bounce... Well, I mean, one, this placement seems to be working, kind of. It's not the most reliable. Because they seem to hit it at a different angle every time. But it might boost their value? We'll see. Yeah, so I might have to figure this one out. Let's see. There. E to sweep. Or F to sweep. Go from here. But I don't actually believe that you really need to have, like, high-end visuals for most games. You know, a decent level of, like, visual quality or polish and whatnot. Okay, so anything that has been touched by the bumper gets his value boosted for the rest of the run. Okay, let's throw kinetic transfer. Enhanced. We could buy another broom, but we don't need that. Well, do we want to get the time extension for now? I think so. The bonus amplifier might not be a bad idea. I don't know. I'm still figuring a lot of this stuff out. Let's see. Yeah, I guess we'll go from here. I was hoping I could lock this thing in place. Nope, this ain't working. Yeah, if I could reasonably get this thing to... Let's see. If I could reasonably get that thing to sit in one spot. This is really tough game to try and make a point during, I will admit. Anyway, visuals, everything. I think most people don't care about visuals. I think most people care more about like a good game, a good story, good mechanics, or so on and so forth. That's why stuff like the 2D HD is coming back as like a visual style that Square Enix is pushing. It's why you have a lot of indie games that are starting to pick this. I think it's really just like, if you want to attract somebody that only buys one game per year, that's when you really do need to worry about stuff like making your game look like God of War, because I think people have a perception of quality and you can't get past that. And so as a result, we're getting a lot more of these games that I adore, you know, that look like they could have been released back in the 90s. Admittedly, in a weird way, because back in the 90s, because of CRT TVs and whatnot, you had textures like this, but they weren't crisp. And because of the CRTs, TVs and monitors, they had kind of this nice blending effect, so it actually made the jagged pixels not look super pixely. The only systems that you really got the jagged pixel look were handhelds. So the Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, and DS were the ones where like you really could see the pixel art and the jaggedness of the pixels. You almost never had 3D in that way. With the exception of PS1, there were a number of games that actively were choosing to have a more like angular pixel look to them. I'm thinking like Mega Man Legends and Vagrant Story. I think we're much more like, oh no, maybe not Vagrant Story. I don't know. But they were choosing to use the pixels on their 3D models much more like decoratively, as opposed to like trying to hide the fact that they were pixel art and had low-res textures. I cannot wait until we can just get this thing to automate spitting out ducks. I wonder how many of these I want to fire off before I stop. Because it was easy with the box. You would just go until the box was full. Now it's a question. Question I don't have an answer to. Oh, that's unfortunate. The fact that I can sweep into the bumper, or sweep the bumper around, is a little tragic. Not that big of a deal, but still. Okay. I do appreciate that the bumper can in fact bump me. Okay, we want to get them close, but not fully there. Because I only have a couple of seconds before the combo wears out. Nope. Cardio conditioning approved. Larger container requisitioned. Ooh. Okay, combo protocols upgraded. So let's drop that. Faster ducks are available. Okay, let's take a look. So craft speed. Okay, we can upgrade our craft speed and craft value, which we're probably going to want. Let's see, upgrades. We have sprint, can be upgraded, but it's expensive. A bigger box. %20 bonus. Greed, efficiency, optimized. Let's snag that. Craft speed and the craft value. I'm just going to use the broom for a bit. Leave that there. Oh, this is much quicker. There we go. Send this off and go from here. Let's see. What was I going to say about anything? I don't know. It's mostly just I love this style, and I'm glad a lot of indie developers have been kind of holding the torch for it. It's one of those where I sincerely hope that, like, we get to the point where even larger companies start saying, like, hey, yeah, we actually can... Oh, god damn it. Okay, so larger companies say, hey, yeah, we can actually go for this, like, more pixely, low-res look. Because one of the reasons why games take so long to make nowadays is, one, they're huge, two, they take a lot of effort on a visual level. Oh, that's interesting. You can sweep into the... I think multi-hits on the bumper might actually boost the value higher? That's an interesting question. I might just pick the bumper up and move it, just so it's not in my way. Still, this is an easy way for me to get a bunch of extra bonus on these bonus value on these ducks. Because they're all reliably hitting it. Go from here. Okay, let's see. But yeah, so if game developers could finally start making smaller, less impressive looking games, I think we'd actually have a much healthier games industry. But one of the other issues, and one of the reasons why every single game, especially on the high end, has to look like, you know, it's as nice looking as Horizon Zero Dawn and whatnot, at least in part, is just because investors who don't play games, who don't care, probably have, like, very serious limitations on what they're willing to fund. I know investors have become kind of the common villain for a lot of these stories, but, like, it would help if they weren't so goddamn villainous. Can't wait to have a bigger hole than this. Okay, combo 42. Leg hydraulics improved. That's terrifying. Okay, 586. We're getting there. Evasive maneuver. Requires sprint and crouch. Interesting. Well, do I want to try the bigger box? I think so. Yeah, there's the bonus amplifier. Let's grab time stability and a time extension. We want that combo to go for as long as possible. Okay. Drop this. Rotate this. Here's a bigger box. Go from there. I might just go for this because sheer convenience more than anything else. Because, yeah, upending the box was handy. Pushing the broom is a little tricky. Doesn't mean that I don't need to focus on combo if I'm using the box, but maybe that's fine. Let's see. And so indie developers who don't have as much need to appease, you know, direct investors. Shake this. Damn. I was hoping that I could shake it to shuffle the ducks around. Inside. There we go. And we want to make sure we've picked it up directly here. Easy combo of 15. Looks like it can fit 15 ducks in there. I don't know. The broom seemed to kind of work reasonably well. Let's see. Oh, I can also buy additional bumpers. Okay, let's just make another one of these. But if I could buy a bunch of bumpers, we might be able to line it up in such a way that the bumpers will bump all the ducks in. I think it can take like 2 more. There we go. Yeah, the problem is the ducks don't fill the space. Ducks are not liquid. Cats, however. I guess the other option with the box is I can potentially just toss the box in. Oh. Yeah, we're not getting the bumper location. I think I'm going to give up on the box, at least for now. But let's buy another bumper. Yeah, it looks like bumpers are just 200. Okay, let's do something like this. So, obviously this is a bit of an issue, as we're sending a bunch of ducks off into that darkened corner, but not all of them. But I like the idea of where this is going, at the very least. Even if messy. Because I can just take the broom and clean all this stuff up. And that should work out for me. There we go. Yeah, so ducks multi-hitting the bumpers get additional value. So if I could potentially have the ducks bounce off of, like, 4 bumpers? I mean, the real trick is if I can get them to auto-bump in. Okay, where's my broom? I could also just get more ducks than this, but I don't know. This should be enough to buy another bumper, is the main thing. Because I want to potentially have the bumper that's sending them out here bump into another bumper that sends them back in kind of a reasonable fashion. But we might have to play with angles, is the other thing. Okay, there's a lot of them out here, too. What if there's an upper limit to how many bumpers I can have? I have no idea. I should explore this area, but it kind of seems like there's not much out in the periphery. Maybe there is. There we go. Now this is not as many ducks as I thought it would be, but it should still be a solid 200. Because once again, I think just collecting a bunch of bumpers and using them might be really fun. And they're pretty cost effective, all things considered. Automation cleared. Okay. Good combo bonus. Products. Auto machine. 1,000. Oof. Bumper? Okay. I'm going to try something else. It's not a chute. And the one problem is the bumpers might send them in. Something like this, maybe? What I'm thinking is, if I sweep them into the bumpers, they sweep back to me, and that way I can just shuffle a large quantity of ducks into a spot. Into the hole. Main issue here mostly boils down to... I'm going to have to send in a lot of ducks if I want to get the auto machine. But I think I'm going to want to. I think automation is going to make my life easier. And then I can more focus on just managing rather than staring at this wheel for, you know, multiple minutes on end. Anyway, what was I going to say about anything? I don't know, just investors being evil. It's the main reason why you get a lot of games that are kind of unimaginative nowadays. You know, the big open world 3D giant checklist games with looter-shooter elements and probably live service bits packed in. That's how you get the Marvel's Avengers and the Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League games. You know, games that probably would have been fine if the developers had been allowed to play as opposed to just pump out some new corporate extrusion. I realize I'm talking about this while playing a game literally about corporate extrusions, which I think is very funny, but maybe that's the point. You know, that kind of puts you in that headspace where you're like, oh, yeah, this is a thing. that people do. Like, obviously, the duck machine setup is kind of goofy dumb. But, like, there is a commentary here in terms of, like, what people are willing to put up with. Okay. What people are willing to put up with, and what people, let's see. Yeah, there's another duck behind that box, but it's fine. We want to just line these up. Okay, this did not work nearly as well as I was hoping it would. So the unfortunate part is, okay, chain reaction detected. The bumpers are not fixed. They cannot handle a large quantity of ducks simultaneously. They will get overwhelmed physically. Wish I could bolt them to the ground somehow, but I don't know. Oh god, there's a bunch that just ended up out here. Well, it's okay. Well, this gets me halfway to my goal at the very least. Damn. These flew far. Oh god, there's just a multitude of security cameras pointed at me. I almost wonder if this is going to be one of those situations where we get some lore, and this is like a oldest house situation, that we're an employee who's stuck here with the duck machine, has no choice. Maybe. Okay. Well, this did not work. I'm gonna try something like this. Because I could buy multiple more bumpers, but I think we want to wait. Go here. Okay. Yeah, the problem is they're hitting the bumper. Which is good. We want that. But they're not going... They're not hitting the other ones. Then again, hitting the first bumper is the only one that really matters. And like, maybe I could change the rotation on that bumper, but it moves slightly out of position anyway, so I don't know. Actually, how many of these do we want to grab and go from here? I guess I could do the math. If each duck is normally worth, is it 3? 3 now, or 4.5? Let's say on average every duck is worth 4. I need to make 1,000. I roughly need a little over 100 ducks to go in. But there's the combo multiplier that gets me an extra, is it 20% per duck? Something like that. Okay, I think we pushed our bumper out of the way. Do you want to just call it good enough? Yeah, let's call it good enough. I'm not expecting to get all this in one go. Yeah, and unfortunately these other bumpers aren't that helpful. Hopefully we get the ability to, like, fix things to the ground at some point, so that they don't get pushed around by stray ducks. Well, that's a maximum combo. 131. Ooh, we're so close. Okay. It says grab, but I can't while I have the broom on hand. Yeah, I can also put the bumper underground, which I don't know what that'll do. Gonna have that there. Something like this. Yeah, the problem is having the extra bumpers just is a recipe for making a mess. Well, okay, this is completely fallen apart on me. But that's fine. We only need like 10 ducks to make this work. I think we're good enough. Okay, let's take this here. This here, grab you, toss you back. All right. I only need a handful of ducks to make this one work. Because not having to manually prep the ducks is just going to make my life so much easier. To the point where I could actually just, like, AFK for a bit. Let the ducks really pile up. There we go. Should be good enough. Okay, so we want to go to chain combos. Link consecutive combos within 2 seconds. Each chain level grants a 10% total bonus. Huh. Auto machine. 1 duck every 3.5 seconds. Improved efficiency. Workers confirm obsolescence. Okay, so we could upgrade our throw. Might as well. Okay, so we have the manual duck workbench. Oh. And we have the automated one. So is this something I can interact with? No. Yeah, so part of the problem is the bumper's not like a trampoline. We need it to hit in a really consistent manner. And I don't think I'm going to be able to as the downer. Okay. I don't think this system is going to work the way I want it to. I love the idea of using the bumpers for extra value. I think the best thing I could possibly do, given the situation, is probably get a couple of crates. And go from here. Just let that fill or overfill. Because yeah, I like the multiplier from the bumpers. Oh, you know what? Oh no, I can't do that. The multipliers from the bumpers are good, but the bumpers are not the most consistent. What's this? Oh, it's just a pipe. Thought there was like weird horror slime or something going on. Okay, so this is big full. Unfortunately, to some degree, not the most valuable. I should just get the crate back, yeah? Perfect. That's funny. If there were ducks present, they respawn. So what we want to do is actually get another one of these big boxes, so as soon as one box fills, we can just move it off. There we go. Buy another box. Tools. Really? I see. It doesn't save what I currently have, value-wise. Okay. No, you fool. I feel like this is going to be one of those, like, you slowly go mad situations. Okay. Rather than, we should come grab this. Where there's just going to be like a mondo pile of ducks. At some point, and I'm going to have to just contend with that. Okay, there we go. We'll have to see. No. What other combos I can get? Okay, just drop this off. Because that other one's about to fill out. Airflow generator authorized. Surface module authorized. Alright, there we go. Did the auto generator turn off? No, it's still going. Okay, so let's see what else I have access to. Fan. Weak airflow limits lightweight, moves lightweight products. Gentle breeze for delicate guidance. And panel. Small flat plant panel. Basic construction for simple guidance systems. Okay, so I think that's what I'm looking for. They're not going to be cheap, though. Like, great. Grab it, switch it, move it. So what I might want to... Well, I don't know. I don't want those panels. So... This is not working. It is and it isn't. Like, it's reliable, but it's not making me huge amounts of money. So I think I'm going to try something else. Like, the fan is a good idea. And I like the idea of that. But we were making so much more with, like, big combo multiplier. Because, like, each of these boxes is worth, like, 50, 75, somewhere in there. That's good money. But I think I'm just going to let that stack up. However, rather than just letting it stack up unquestioningly... Gonna leave it with that. Alright, cool. Put the bumper there. Should be fine. Okay. I'm just gonna let them both generate bonus ducks. And then every once in a while I just come through with a big old broom and go nuts. I guess the one problem is the bumpers that I've already got sitting around can and will be an issue. But it's fine. Oh. Here's the thought. Let's see. Products. No. Tools. Panel. I'll buy a panel. Let's see what I can do with this. The main question is... Okay, well, this kind of works. Buy another panel. There's going to be higher tier panels at some point. Hopefully there's some way for me to recycle these. Okay. So the one problem is, like everything else, it kind of fixes to the ground, but not well. Okay. Huh. What is the point of the panel if I cannot glue it to the ground? I have no idea, man. Okay, well, I think we're just going to... I think we're just going to opt for... Yeah, I'm just going to send this crate to the corner. At some point, hopefully, there's a way that I can sell unwanted junk. Okay, grab that. Here we go. Oh, that's interesting. If you don't have it equipped, you can still sweep. It's just a little weird. Alright. At the very least, I have a small armada of ducks here. Guess I should have grabbed combo chaining. There we go. There we go. Yeah, nothing I can do with those panels yet. Which is a little tragic. Because, yeah, I was really hoping I could fix them to the ground somehow. Unless it's an option that I've just missed. Okay, peak duck efficiency. Alright. Combo analysis deepened. Well, that got me 1,000. So, that mostly works. So I want to try a fan, see what I can do with that. So what else do we have? I can increase my craft speed, craft value, both are good. I guess I'm going to go for craft value no matter what. Let's see, combos. Time stability, time extension, bonus amplifier. Chain combos is actually probably going to be extremely helpful. Okay, so let's try the fan. Oh. Okay, I see. Well... that's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Like, a lot better. It's a gentle, weak airflow. Where do I want to snap it? Here? Here, maybe. Yeah, okay. This is kind of working, actually. Like, the real ideal here is if I can... Here, let's drop the broom for a second. Don't know what to do with the panels now that I know they don't lock to the ground. I should remember that they're over there, but they're cheap enough that I can get more if I need to. Let's see. There we go. Okay, we have a bunch of these. Yeah, the fan is definitely giving them the speed boost that I need. I wonder if it's giving it more of a speed boost when it's in the air. That might actually be the case. I don't know. But like, if it still is sending most of these ducks kind of around here, that's ideal. Because the goal is to just get them into the pit. And the closer I can get them to the pit, the better. There we go. Yeah, combo chaining is going to be extremely nice. Let's go nuts. Distant activation authorized. Okay. Oh. Put it there. Okay. Rotate. R. So I have to make sure the fans will blow each other around. Yeah, so it seems like some of them are a lot more... Let's see. Snap, exit snap mode, axis lock, reset rotation. Okay. We may also want to get one or two more of these. Kind of at the start. To make sure that they're all flying correctly. I don't know. This is going to take some doing. Where'd my broom go? Here it is. We did also get some new upgrades that I wanted to look at. Remote. Multi-asset coordination device. Okay. Toggling 3 devices per cycle. I don't know if I care deeply about that one. Toys, bumper, chain combos, craft speed. Yeah, but I can't get the auto machine yet. Do you want to get the next level of throw? Yeah, I think so, just in case I need it. Yeah, the goal is to mostly get everything kind of in the vicinity of the fan wall-ish. I'm like way more engaged with this. It's very funny. Loading this game up, Shell was like, this looks dumb. I kind of agree, but I also love it. It's a really interesting physics puzzle. You know what it is? My favorite game as a kid growing up was Red Alert, followed by Mega Man, followed by Incredible Machine. This is just Incredible Machine, the dystopic corporate industrial simulator. And I kind of love it. Because yeah, what we want to do is we want to get a situation where we have this kind of giant wind funnel and a bunch of panels to kind of lock things down. There we go. 49 combo. Oh yeah, that's very good. So, products, I don't know. Am I... Okay. Let's see. Yeah, we want to just make sure that they all end up kind of over here. This bumper is actually causing some issues. Leave it there for the time being. Okay, where'd my other fan go? Here we go. Okay, so one thing I'm thinking about. I'm going to move these. Here. There we go. Yeah, the reason why I wanted to put them out a little bit is hopefully this will be more consistent in terms of its angling. Okay. So the next issue is a lot of these ducks are actually ending up on the far side. Well, I have bumpers. I don't have many of them. But I could potentially put up a bumper wall to kind of fling them back in. I could also just do more wind. Okay. Yeah, no, this ain't working. So, problem being, the bumpers do not fix to the ground. This is a consistent nightmare. Okay. Let's see. What about something just basic like that? Okay. It works. So having one pointed here kind of diagonally is giving me just enough of a crosswind that they don't go flinging into the sunset. Still haven't figured out how to get the bumpers to work, but the answer is, I think, once again, I'm gonna need glue. We got a bunch of these back here. I could just ignore them, but I don't think I want to. Damn. My throwing capabilities have improved dramatically. I mean, I guess I did upgrade it a couple of times. Yeah, because if I could actually build, like, a functional wall here... Uh-oh. Oh, that's interesting. It thought I was escaping. I thought something new had happened, but no. They don't like it when you try and leave. Oh, that's fun. I mean, no, it's not. It's horrible and evil, but in a, like, thematic, cool way. Okay, so we want to just get everything kind of here-ish. Let's see, because at some point I've got to get the ability that I can, like, fix things to the ground much more solidly, because then I could actually make, like, a retaining wall that can catch the ducks. A backdrop, a backboard, a something. Interesting. The higher your combo level, the faster it goes down. Good to know. Okay, well, I've made 1,000 from that. So what do we have? Luck. 1% chance for enhanced quality products, but it's like 500. And then we also have improved chain combos. I could do all of that. Okay. The goal with this is mostly to try and block things off. Not working amazingly well. Damn. Kind of hoping I could get those to stick. Okay. This here. Put another one. So then I think we just need one more. Maybe. Now we have one other option that I haven't really contended with. Okay. Can I lock this here? Turn this on, put it here. The other option I do have is, like, these crates are much more sturdy, I think, than others. Oh god, this is turning into a mess. So one other thing that I haven't messed with, and I should, is what if I ignore the auto for a bit? What if I just make some myself? No. Okay. Doesn't work the way I want it to. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I have to be very careful with these. Because they're strong enough to push another fan. Okay. So the problem is this is giving it a ton of potential movement speed. Like, it's getting it kind of in the right spot. But there's only so much I can do. Alright, what if I... What if I have, like, a full counter wind? Okay, the full counter wind actually seems to be working well. I'm just going to need more of them. I have no more fans? I have no more fans. I've kind of used them all up. Well, I guess if I've used them all up, let's just hoard ducks for a bit. Because, yeah, the goal here is largely to have a system that kind of corrals them all into one patch. That either I or a bunch of wind generators are able to kind of funnel them, not into the hole, because I just don't think they have that capability yet. Let's see. Oh, this is kind of something. But yeah, if I could have a different type of bumper that's like square and fixed to the ground, oh, we could do some fun things. But I'm sure they didn't want to give that to me right out the gate, because that's going to be too easy. You can't escape. We desperately need to get those other fans going, because there's a lot of stuff here. I should also get the combo chaining going. Because my combo is going to run out extremely quickly. Kind of no matter what I do. Let's see. Get them all together-ish. Alright, how are we feeling? Good? Automation accelerated. So that's probably the improved. Let's see. Yeah, so auto machine upgraded. Yep. What else did we get? Yeah, there's chain combos. And then a pair of fans. Okay. Put it down. Put it there. Once again, all I need to do is just prevent them from going past the fan wall. There we go. So I think we might need one more. Because, yeah, it's these. The ones that get, like, really high momentum going a little bit past. Still, it's working better. We're having a lot less that are just showing up back here. And maybe I could have, like, one fan in the corner. But I don't know. My big worry is because none of these are fixed to the ground. That's going to happen. Well. Yeah, maybe I didn't need this one here as much. Yeah. So I can't be doing anything with fans. Or the broom near the fans. Oh. One of those got stuck, or maybe I did that. I have no idea. Alright. One way or another kind of works. Like, it's corralling better than it ever has. I think we just need, like, 2 or 3 more. Yeah, just to go down that line. And maybe I could space them out a little bit better. I do have them kind of clustered. I haven't attempted that. I mean, give it a shot. Because it might be one of those that, yeah, just having a bigger spread of them is enough. Because they have an AoE. It's not just a direct line. No. Okay, so some of them are just blitzing straight past. I think it's probably still better than keeping them super dense, but I think I will want to fill those gaps. Okay. That's a good combo. Magnetic field authorized. Okay, and we had a chain. So fan magnet. Slowly attracts objects in a 2-meter radius. Basic electromagnetic compliance. It's 1,000 though. I don't even know how magnets work, man. We're not gonna think about that. Okay. So I think having maybe a fan here and a fan there should be good enough. There we go. Oops. Pie here. Get this one out of alignment. Okay. Here. It's here. There we go. Gonna bully that out of the way. Perfect. And then maybe we get like one more, put it in this corner pointed inwards, kind of here. Just to keep them a little bit away from this section. It's not flawless, but as far as like making an automated duck corral, this is working. I still have to sweep with some level of regularity, but at least it's consistent now. But I should be a little careful about some of these. Long-range delivery detected. Okay. Yeah, so there's probably some kind of hidden duck quota. That I'm unaware of. Oh, you're new. Okay. Toys? Golf club. Bonus points for style. Okay. Well, I like the idea of it. Uh-oh. I don't know if that one was always off or what. Oh, that's interesting. If you press F near a fixed broom, it also sweeps. Okay. The golf club seems like a fun idea, but I just can't see myself using it. It seems kind of like a risk. Okay. So far, so good. Trying to keep the whole mass together. Hydraulic press. Okay. What the heck is a hydraulic press with this, and what does it do? Crushed unused tools for 10% scrap value. Load items under press. Interact to activate. Maximum efficiency through compression. Well, do I want to try the magnet? I think I do. Well, I've made duck ball. It's an interesting idea. Oh, okay. It's better than I think it is. Okay, activate it. Leave it there. Let's go get another fan. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, so the goal on this fan is mostly for the couple... Oh. Every once in a while, some of these hit some, like, serious speed, and that's an issue. Yeah, we don't want this too close. We just want it enough that it kind of slows things down. Does look like I will want to fill the gaps, though. Okay. So, now what? Well, I've got a bunch of loose ducks. I don't really need them. The magnet's kind of nice. I wish I kind of had, like, visible quotas somewhere. Maybe I do and I just haven't spotted them yet. You know the sad part about all of this? Oh. I know how to use the magnet better. Probably. I should use the magnet for the manual one. And then just sweep it in. Probably. Send these off. Drop it. Grab this duck. Unfortunately, I think the magnet's limited range does limit its usefulness. But I could potentially use the magnet with, like, the manual crafter to keep them all together. Potentially with a booster. Or not a booster, a bouncer or two. Okay, just leave that there. Get 2 more fans? Yeah. 'Cause I still firmly believe that the fans are saving me, like, an inordinate amount of time. Okay, there we go. Even if the magnet has some very useful potential here. Perfect. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so I'm actually gonna kick this over here. You know what? Send that in for a second. Put the magnet here. Because now we can actually control it. Now let's see if... Oh, the bumper might get pulled in. That might actually be fine, though. That doesn't look like it. Okay, cool. Okay, so I can move this a little further out. We want it to be about here. Here-ish? There we go. Some of them are going to go past. But not all of them. I figure this gets me the times 50% multiplier. We never did actually boost my combo value either. I should work on that. But, I don't know. I think we're kind of hitting the end of this video. I'm having a blast, though. Like, it's a really casual, hey, this is an interesting puzzle to solve. Let's just dive in and see what I can do with this. Because, yeah, I've been enjoying having... Oh. Looks like the bouncer may have gotten bounced. Somewhat. And I wonder if I got a second magnet. Like, if I started stacking the magnets next to each other, would they have more pull? Maybe. Does beg the question, would I be better off instead of having the fan blowing all of the ducts, would I have actually been in a better spot? Making, or like grinding until I could get the magnets and then just firing off a duck ball periodically. Hard to say. Okay, put that there. I think I can move this up one. Because, yeah, I didn't want them to be too far out. Especially if they're going to be collecting there. Yeah, at the very least, using the magnet to kind of corral the entire pile actually seems kind of great. Makes it really easy to get that combo. Let's see, panel, magnet. Get a second magnet. Sticky tools. That's huge, actually. Okay, combos. Time extension, bonus amplifier. Because, yeah, I should max out my bonus amplifier. Okay, question is... Snap mode. I guess the thing to test would be this. Because if my bumpers, if I can get all of these stuck. Oh, perfect. Okay. So now we can have structures that are fully stuck to the ground. Not that one, though. Yeah, so what's the logic here? How does it work? If I have two of these together... Presumably they have greater power. I don't know. Okay, put my broom there. Yeah, so the main problem is figuring out how to get my fans to stick to the ground. Because if I can get my fans to stick, that gives me a ton of options. Kinda. And I was hoping it would be a different button. Because that bumper, for sure, is now stuck to the ground for good. Until I pick it back up again. So, I don't know. I think there's a lot of options here. I think there's some amount of things that I'd love to see the developers work on, just a little bit of clarity. Unless it's an upgrade, like it'd be kind of nice if it was one of those where like some things stick and then eventually you can get anything to stick, and then the third level is like things stick and float in the air. Okay. This also means I could potentially have, well, I don't know. I could have some more bumpers around. I think more than anything else, we just want to chuck everything at duckball. It does seem like stacking a couple of magnets in an area enhances their stickiness. Because that's definitely a hell of a lot more ducks in the duck ball than I was able to fit earlier. I don't know. I think there's a lot of fun toys to play around with. And this is like a weird eldritch monstrosity even in of itself. That's going to make it much easier for me to hoover up the stragglers that have been collecting out here. And then, you know, get a truly an absurd degree of a combo multiplier. Okay, that's fun. I can also bump this thing. Yeah, so this thing is pretty resilient to wind. It is slowing down a little bit. I do have to make sure it doesn't hit my fans, though. Yeah, so like 1 or 2 more magnets on this would make it amazing. Might create some problems, but I don't know. Okay. You giant horror. Well, that was a hell of a lot of money. Combo efficiency exceeds projections. Chain master acknowledged. Okay, yeah, they're both there. Cool. Let's see. So we can do further chain combos. Bonus per level. Let's see. Combo multiplier. I mean, yeah. There's also stability. Craft speed, auto machine. Right, the next auto machine level might be kind of good. Let's grab another magnet, though. Toss it in the mix. Alright. So now, hopefully, everything will kind of get just hoovered into the magnet ball. But I think I'm going to leave it here because I'm pretty sure this video has gone on long enough. I'm having a grand time, though. I think this is brilliant. I think there's so many good ideas. And I love the fact that it's fully open-ended. So many other incremental games are, like, very single solution. This is the conveyor belt. This is the auto collector. This is the whatever. Here it's like, no, build it yourself, dingus. You got physics. You can figure it out. You're a smart cookie. And, yeah, that feels really good. I can't wait to see where this goes. But for now, at least, I guess I might as well mention that the Project PITT demo is available on Steam, so if you want to pick it up and play it yourselves, just follow the link in the description below. And, yeah, I have no idea how long this is either, that which I actually think is quite neat. That this is very much just a, go nuts, see how far you go kind of situation, and that feels neat. Feels good to me. And I don't know, too many demos are like, 15 minutes and you're done. It's like, oh, come on. Let me enjoy this. Oh. When did you end up over here? What is this? Gambling wooden crate. Yeah, I guess I should damage. Common. Huh. I was not expecting a random wooden crate to be out here. I wonder what triggered that to exist. I have no idea. Alright, well, one way or another, I guess with all this said, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, it helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to check out and show off. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Actually move this one back over next to this one. Sorry, I can't stop. This is too good.